This is a special type of high pressure sodium lamp. This is what is known as a pinning start or neon argon fill high pressure sodium lamp, designed as a retrofit lamp for high pressure mercury lamps. So somewhat reduced power consumption, 25 watts in the case of this, because this is a 150 watt lamp designed to replace 175 watt mercury, one of these. They also made these in 215 watts to replace 250 watt high pressure mercury lamps, 360 watts to replace 400 watt mercury lamps, and 940 watts to replace 1000 watt mercury lamps. So some reduction in lamp power and also greatly improved luminous flux, although these are still not as efficient as regular high pressure sodium lamps, because the neon argon pinning gas fill that these use to be able to easily strike without the need for an igniter. That's, by the way, also why there's that metal wire wrapped around the middle of the discharge tube that is a starting aid antenna. And there's actually a bimetal switch right there to disconnect that starting antenna, because otherwise the electric field that that antenna would have, if still electrically connected when the lamp is running, would serve to pull sodium ions through the polycrystalline aluminum wall of the discharge tube and cause sodium loss. But anyways, that gas fill that these use, being largely neon based, is a lot more thermally conductive than the xenon fill that's found in regular high pressure sodium lamps, and so there's about a 25% reduction in luminous flux and lamp efficacy relative to an equivalent power rating standard high pressure sodium lamp. And you can see the color difference there. This is the sodium lamp, or this is the pinning start lamp, and this is a conventional high pressure sodium lamp. You can see that this one is more of a whitish color on initial startup, which is the xenon, whereas this one was red, as you could see in the video. Now this is the mercury being drawn into the plasma, and so that's where that bluish light is coming from, and now the sodium is going to take over, because the sodium has a much lower effective plasma potential. So in a fully run up high pressure sodium lamp, the mercury component of the discharge actually contributes very little, if any, light. By the way, another important thing to note with these is, because they are high pressure sodium, ordinarily you wouldn't want to use them in a fixture like this, because this fixture uses a constant power autotransformer ballast. The thing with a constant power autotransformer ballast is it gives out more or less comparable current over a range of lamp operating potentials, and because a high pressure sodium lamp, due to loss of sodium over the lamp life, the potential does go up with time. That means that late in the lamp's life it can be overloaded and can fail, sometimes explosively. These lamps are really more meant for use on what are known as high leakage reactance autotransformer ballasts. Choke ballasts will also work, because those, as the lamp potential goes up, current goes down. But for something like this, where this is a relatively new lamp and it's being run under controlled conditions, and I'm really burning this as a test and for this video, it isn't quite as big of an issue, but you have to be really careful about your lamp burn hour tracking and replacement when lamps reach their rated service life, even if they quote-unquote still work. And then there's that high pressure mercury fixture, which I'm just running as a test, because this is all preliminary stuff for Earth Hour.